Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Now obviously I'm an Arsenal fan, but for whatever team you support, specifically this video is to the top 6. You have reasons for optimism, you have reasons to be scared or whatever in it going into the new season. This is the time man make predictions about top goal scorer, unlikely hero of the Premier League, who gets relegated, and all of these sort of things in it. I'm not here for prediction. You guys know I suck pretty much at that. But obviously I was speaking with my guys, my boys, and that all support different clubs, and it hit me like, if you're not a Manchester City fan, even them within reason, but if you don't support Manchester City, specific to the top 6, would you honestly say your team both? Would you honestly say both is your team ready for the season in the sense that you're convinced that they're ready to start and they're playing tactically and technically to the best of their abilities? And are you happy with everything they've done in the summer? And I honestly believe, possibly if you City, because they've already got a complete team more or less. Yeah, you could. There's a case of when you've just won the league, you need to freshen things up. Liverpool, again, for me, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd want a centre half. But they've had a great window for whether it's signings that you knew were coming, like Keita, or what they've done recently. Obviously, Fekir would have been the cherry on the cake, but it never happens. But excluding them, probably them sides. Definitely United fans that I speak to. Arsenal, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm speaking for myself, nobody else. Spurs haven't signed a player, and again, my boys are vexed about that. Would you eat Chelsea as well? They've signed a player, but would you be, I've spoken to Chelsea fans, would any of these teams be happy completely if the window shutted right now as I make this vid or whatever? I'd say no. United fans, for several reasons. I mean, the ones I speak to, again, I'm not going to sit and act like I watch your club more than you. I haven't really paid attention in pre-season. But when I have, I've seen Jose Mourinho doing stuff like protecting Alexis, which is great, but kind of blasting the young players. Obviously, Martial and this pregnant thing, how he wouldn't pay to watch the game. He's blaming other managers on stuff, talking about they're playing their first team and your team is statistically older. There's a lot of things, criticizing the travel arrangements and all of these sort of things, and saying how they've had a bad start and all of these little things for Jose. Yeah, they've signed players, and again, I'm not watching them religiously, but the stats are kind of damning at times in regards to possession, chances created, and all of these things, especially when you look at the highlights or go and watch the game they've just played against Bayern Munich. People, United fans will tell you that. Main thing for United, I mean, they've been here buying players all the time with Di Maria and all of these things. United fans want to see some fluidity in their play, some real sort of playing style, because that's what let them down. It sounds silly because they finished second last year, if I'm not mistaken, but that's what United fans want to see in it. And from the United fans I speak to, and the little bits I've seen, like I said, I ain't watch you, man, as much as you lot. It doesn't look like that's the case. So, which brings me back to the question, would United fans be completely happy? Yeah, they've brought in a fullback, the Portuguese lad who's actually decent, who's at the Under-20 World Cup. He's injured at the moment. Possibly, you'd probably want to bring in a centre-half to partner Bailly, because none of the others are really his level. There's case for a left-back. They've signed Fred, which is going to be a good signing, in my opinion. So, yeah, I wouldn't say they need too many signings, but there's cause for concerns. Now, if you're Arsenal, you could say we need a winger, we need a centre-half. I've been through this. If you watch the deluded Guna, like, none of our centre-halves are really convincing at this moment in time. There's question marks over several of the playing staff that actually got future at this club. If you're like Ramsey and things like that, the contract business, we're struggling to take players off the wage bill. I know Perez looks like he might be finally leaving, but then you got Jenkinson, who decided to give him a new deal. I don't know personally, but there's a lot of things. Personally, if it was me, I'd probably bring in another centre-half, and I really think we need a winger. I don't know if the money's there, but the video is, would I be happy? And I'm not. Yeah, we're making progress in regards to how we specifically play on the pitch, but for obvious reasons, we've just got a new manager. It's not going to be there, innit? So by default, I can't say that I'm fully, So that's Arsenal and United. Spurs, out of all the sides probably listed in this vid, if I'm a Spurs fan, yeah, they might not have signed anyone, and there's question marks over Rose, Alderweireld, the two players. Well, they kind of froze out Rose last year, but if they lose Toby, regardless of him being frozen out to the degree last year, I still think that's a massive loss for them. And there's question marks over Dembele's future as well. So if there's outgoings and there's no incomings, I know they've given chances to youngsters. Luke Amos looks decent in the chances he got. Obviously, my guy Skip. And things like that. Lucas Moura looks like he might have a good season for them and things like that. But if you're Spurs, with the current crop of players you've had, you've probably got the most stability. out of all the sides, because you've got top four for 3 years. Them players have been working together for many years. You've got Kane, you've got Dele, you've got Eriksen, you've got Son, you've got all of these lot. But Spurs fans probably wanted that extra creme de la creme signing, in whether that's central midfield, which my friends want, whether that's on the flanks, wherever in it, to take them to that next level, to go beyond just qualifying for top four trophies. Pochettino's come out and said that again, that we need to be challenging for trophies, and he's actually said, yeah, his words were something about magnificent. We've done some magnificent to get 3 years Champions League. I mean, Spurs fans, I got to poke fun at you a little, man. I mean, you lot used to get onto Arsenal about that, and we've fallen off, but that's the levels. Spurs fans, I love you. I got to have these slide digs, man. But back to that, like, Spurs, obviously, like I said, you want that one signing, like that, maybe that one inspirational signing. And my bias is an attacking sort of player, or a midfield player, or someone that gets people out their seats, to take them to that next level, to inspire them and to gas all the other players, because Kane and them man already gassed already. But imagine they had someone top class or world class to bolster the rank sort of thing, because if it's not Kane, Dele, Eriksen and Son, a lot of match winners, you want other people to do it. Because I want that Arsenal, there's not enough match winners. Yeah, there's Aubameyang, there's Lacazette, there's Ozil, there's men that make the difference, but you need more match winners for when these men are not having good games and they're not at it, and all these sort of things like that, people. So obviously, I've spoken about Spurs, United, Arsenal now, and then there's Chelsea. Question: it doesn't look like Hazard's going to leave now. Heavily linked with a move to Madrid. Courtois gone AWOL, so they don't even know who's in goal against them. It could be Willy Caballero. It could be Rob Green. It could be anybody. In regards to that. Chelsea fans I speak to, they want another centre-half, possibly, and a left-back to get rid of Alonso, essentially. And some have actually said a full-back, but then couldn't Dave go back over there? Like, surely it could be Christensen, Dave right-back, and a 30 centre-half. It looked like they were getting Runagli in, Golovin, Relagli, and obviously Jorginho. They've got Jorginho, but Golovin went Monaco. Runagli, if it happens, innit? So there's cases, question marks over several of the playing squad. If you look at the game against City, I'm pretty sure Chelsea fans will find more holes to poke at and say they're not ready and things like that. Obviously, Morata looks down in the dumps and he looks like he couldn't buy a goal right now as well. So there's question marks over up front. Tammy Abraham should be licking his lips at whether you think he's good or not, to be itching for a chance. Michy Batshuayi, I think he should be given a chance, or at least taken seriously this year. It remains to be seen what they're going to do in regards to him. So a team like Chelsea that's won the league with goal scorers that have scored typically 20 goals or so, excluding Drogba, because we know he didn't score 20 goals, too tough in a League One league campaign solely. No Henry. Chelsea fans, I got it, man. Arsenal are 6th. Come on. But yeah, so there's question marks over the centre-half, arguably the spine of their side. Centre-half, midfield, not really midfield, I'm lying with that one, but centre-half, in goal and up front, there's question marks. And in regards to the playing style, Sarri's implementing that. They're starting to ball out and things, but they, like us, the players still got to adapt to that way of play. I actually think Chelsea players will adapt to Sarri quicker than Arsenal players, purely because, yeah, I don't know why. I just think they will, innit? But surely, like, again, I'm not here to get at no club or nothing else, because I've included my own club. But surely, if you support Arsenal, United, Spurs and Chelsea, you're not entirely convinced that in regards to pre-season, you're not entirely convinced on the outgoings. And can you honestly say you can better your season and things like that, based on what's happened already? You could say yes, but a part of you would probably say no as well, to be honest with you. So yeah, obviously I only know Arsenal, so I'm not, and no one can tell me I don't know Arsenal, but I'm not here to say I know more about Spurs than Spurs, United and all these teams. I'm not here to talk your club more than you, innit? I'm just offering my 2 pence, innit? So yeah, man, there's nothing more for me to say on that front. Guys, Deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. Thank you very much for having me and sticking with me for this 8 or so minutes, man. Get in the comments. My description has all my socials, DeludedGuna04 and everything. Snapchat DGuna04. Yeah, add up the thing, man. Hit me up with them questions for the Q&A, because you know Friday's coming very soon. So yeah, man, guys, DG, I'm out, man. Thank you very much.